dive into filming and editing TikTok and Reel vlogs, let's talk about the key differences between creating content for these platforms. Video length is a big one. Reels go up to 90 seconds while TikToks can be a full 10 minutes. So with Reels, you've got to tell your story in a shorter amount of time, while TikTok lets you stretch out and add more detail. When it comes to music and sounds, TikTok wins hands down. Their library is massive with the latest hits and trends. Reels has music too, but not nearly as much variety. So here's the tea. You can either choose one platform to focus on, tailoring your content specifically for Reels or TikTok, or you can put in a bit more work filming the same vlog but editing it differently for each platform. The choice is yours. No matter what you decide, having an editing app like InShot or CapCut really makes it easy to resize, trim, and add effects to optimize your vlogs perfectly for Instagram and TikTok. Okay, so let's talk about filming tips and how to create super shareable content. When I first start thinking about creating a new video, the very first thing I do is plan out the different shots and scenes I want to include. For example, if I'm doing a day in my life video, I'll write down ideas for what to show, like close-ups of my skincare products, clips of me making breakfast, work setup, outfits, etc. If there's a specific sound I want to use, I'll save that to my phone as well. Planning ahead like this ensures that I get all the clips I need when it comes to edit. I also think about how to make certain shots more dynamic using stop motion techniques and different angles. For example, I'll use my app, OSnap, to create an animated sequence of my skincare products or even my products coming out of my makeup bag. Or I'll take pictures of my hand reaching towards the camera to make a smooth transition clip. These creative touches really take my content up a notch. When it comes to actually filming everything, I really try to optimize my setup to get the best quality shots. The very first thing that I do is position my tripod near a window so that I can utilize that beautiful natural light. Proper lighting is so crucial for making sure footage looks crisp and vivid. Also, setting your camera to 4K settings is really important. When it comes to editing, I really like to focus on creating dynamic content tailored specifically for TikTok and YouTube Shorts. If you prefer to do Reels, then you can do it a little bit differently. The quick, fast-paced style of these platforms means the editing needs to be on point. One technique I love to use is stop motion. It adds great visual interest and brings something unique to my videos. I'll use a special app called OSnap to easily take pictures frame by frame of an object or a scene to create a stop motion animation. For example, in this clip, you can see me using OSnap to set up my makeup bag and slowly take out the products bit by bit. This app lets me build the scene by taking the pictures, then stitches everything together into a short stop motion video. The key advantage of using an app like OSnap is that it speeds up the process tremendously compared to taking photos and editing them manually. And when creating a lot of content, efficiency is important. The app does cost a small one-time fee, but for me, it's absolutely been worth it for me for the time that it saves. However, you can achieve a similar effect using just standard photos as well as shortening them all to less than 1 second. In a video editing app, it just may take a little bit longer. Another key tip is paying attention to proper framing. By using the rule of thirds, basically this means placing the main subject, whether it's yourself or a product, slightly off center rather than directly in the middle. Mentally dividing the frame into thirds, vertically and horizontally, and putting products along those lines makes for nicely balanced, engaging shots. And you can't forget about camera angles. I constantly switch between angling the camera above for a high shot, looking down. Mixing up the angles throughout the video adds great visual interest and dimension. So don't be afraid to move that camera around and get creative. Optimizing all these little details when setting up truly makes my videos feel really special. It may take a few extra minutes before filming compared to just propping up the camera haphazardly, but the effort pays off with better quality results in the end. So keep these tips in mind and you'll notice a big difference in your footage. Throughout the process, I'm constantly moving through different rooms in my home to capture backgrounds like my bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, office area, etc. The key is showcasing a variety of environments to keep the viewer engaged. Now onto the editing. This is where I get to be super creative, bringing all the pieces together with a cohesive flow and story. I start by dumping all my clips into CapCut and begin trimming everything down to short 1 to 3 second segments using jump cuts. This quick editing style keeps the pace lively. One really cool special effect I like to do is to make objects appear to magically fly or float into frame. This technique looks awesome and grabs the viewer's attention. To pull this off, I'll take a photo of an object like my laptop in the position I want it to end up in. I also take a picture of that same setup but without the laptop. Next, I remove the background of the laptop using Canva so it becomes a transparent PNG image. This allows me to layer it on top of the background footage. Once I have my background clip and transparent object, I bring them into CapCut. This is where the magic happens. I place the object in the starting position, then use CapCut's flying animations to make it look like the laptop slowly floating into frame and landing in place. There are many different flying motions to choose from: zoom, swing, spiral, rise, fall, etc. I like to use the simple falling down animation so it looks like the object is drifting down from above. The end result is an awesome looking clip of an object appearing to move smoothly through the air all on its own. It never fails to catch the viewer's eyes. I can tell this from my analytics. I can always see how many viewers retention is at the beginning. And it's such a simple effect to do with just a transparent PNG and CapCut's flying animations. Being able to create little moments of wow factor like this in my videos is so important for captivating attention right off the bat. So if you're looking for unique transitions to make your content stand out, give this floating object animation a try. One type of scene I like to incorporate in my videos is showing household chores and cleaning routines. But simply filming myself wiping down counters or sweeping floors can get boring fast. That's why I love using stop motion to make these mundane tasks way more visually engaging. What I'll do is set up my phone in different areas around the house to capture the action. I also utilize this technique for shots of me sweeping, wiping down mirrors or windows, scrubbing sinks. Basically, any mundane cleaning task can be made mesmerizing with stop motion. The autophoto function makes it easy to move in and out of frame rapidly while still capturing every incremental movement. And adapting the timer allows me to adjust the speed as needed. But I also make sure to include some clips that show me actually doing activities in real time. This provides a nice balance and variety. For example, in this breakfast scene, I include shots of me cutting up the bread and after it's toasted, adding butter. It also helps break up the faster paced B-roll and stop motion sequences. Having a few extended clips where the viewer can watch me going through the motions in real time allows them to engage with the content in a different way. The key when including these real clips is being concise in the editing stage. I bring them into CapCut and trim off any excess footage, so just the important highlights remain. You don't want a single clip to drag on too long and risk losing the viewer's interest. I aim to keep them short and sweet, just 3 to 5 seconds.